Thanks for joining me today.
You bet.
So I would love for you to introduce yourself to the people from IMHU who are listening in. And if you could say a little bit about where you're located and what you do.
Yeah, I'm in private practice in Wilder, Vermont, which is a part of White River Junction. And I integrate a traditional approach to healing as well as energy hygiene practices, and I also do hands-on healing. I'm traditionally trained as a psychologist. I have a master's degree in counseling psychology, and I have a doctorate in clinical psychology. And pretty much for the last 15 years have been studying a number of different approaches to energy and healing, and the most recent of which that I use on a daily basis, both personally and professionally. I work with energy hygiene practices. Energy hygiene comes out of the Energy Healing Institute, which is Julie's institute, and originates with John Friedlander as well as kind of the Berkeley Psychic Institute.
Okay, wonderful. So you're, I gather, in private practice as well as giving classes. Don't you give classes?
Yep, I do energy hygiene workshops. So I do a couple of different levels. I do a 4-hour introduction to energy hygiene, and then I do a 4-hour basically introduction to clearing energy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in our longer talk together, we're going to be really going into what energy hygiene is and more details about what happens in your classes and what happens in your work. But can you give us just a couple lines right now so people understand what is energy hygiene? Because it's an unusual term.
Yeah, it's actually it's not a term that I'm super fond of, so I'm working with coming up with another way to describe it. It sounds a little bit hygienic, but it is about keeping one's energy field and chakras and physical body clear of other people's energy. But I think more importantly, and for my uses as a healer, the skills that energy hygiene practices give people help them to be in their bodies and grounded, and teaches people how to have energetic boundaries. And
Excuse me, that can be extremely useful then for people who might have a tendency to get a little unstable for just personally, as well as people on the other end of the spectrum who are acting professionally as healers and need to really have their energy be very clean when they're interacting with other people.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah. So we'll say goodbye for now. Thank you for introducing yourself.
You're welcome.
We'll be back in just a moment.
Thank you.